It's a great gospel reading. They're all great. I was really excited to preach on this tonight. I've got my notes, just the one, but be careful. Sometimes that doesn't mean it's going to be short. First, let us look at where Jesus is speaking. Secondly, let us look at the questions he poses, in general and in particular. And finally, let's look at what God reveals through this moment. Caesarea Philippi, it's a beautiful place. If you've been there, you know it. If you haven't yet been, when you get there, you'll recognize it as beautiful, and there will be no doubt as why it has been considered sacred from ancient times. Ancient times. The time that Jesus would have been speaking from there, giving this information, this very special information to his closest of disciples, there would have been temples built. The sanctuary of Pan is in this spot of Caesarea Philippi, and so is what are called the gates of Hades, the actual entryway to the ancients and to the pagans, believing that the entrance into hell was in this spot, oddly enough, surrounded by all this beauty. But they believed that it was this spot where Pan would dwell. It's significant that Jesus would talk about the Messianic age from this spot. There is a socio-political significance to him going to the region of Caesarea Philippi. And it's there, in this socio-political climate, that Jesus says, "Who do people say that I am?" What's the talk? What are they saying about me? You go to the market, you're running around, you have family, cousins, people in the area. What are they saying? And of course, he says, some say that you are Elijah. Others say a great prophet. Some say John the Baptist, your cousin, come back to life. You know, all these different thoughts. The general question. And then he turns, and thus begins the revelation. He says to them then, and to you and me tonight, "Who do you say that I am? Who have you come to know me as?" Peter, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. His response, daily double. That was it. That's the right answer, by the way. That is absolutely the right answer. So much so the right answer that Jesus qualifies it, revealing even more. He said flesh and blood, which would have been an Aramaic turn of phrase, meaning humans, and not even just humans, but that turn of phrase would mean humans, even at their best, could not come to that understanding. My Father has revealed that to you. And in response, he says, that knowledge, that understanding, that relationship is rock. You, Peter, are rock. And upon that reality, I will build my church. And the gates of hell, and we can just even see Jesus pointing beyond the temple precinct, pagan temple precinct, into what were the jaws of hell to first century Palestinians, will not prevail over it. The objective reality is that Jesus Christ is Lord. He is Messiah. He has come to redeem us. We have doctrines, a wealth of tradition substantiating that reality. And God, in God's wisdom, allows each of us the choice to know him, to follow him, tonight, to answer him. Who do we say that Jesus is? When we ponder that reality, brothers and sisters, it is meant to permeate our lives. If we were to pick a word or a phrase that describes who Jesus is in our life, how we have come to know him, maybe it is love. Maybe it is mercy, redemption, compassion, healing, joy, integrity, perseverance. Would we put it on our sleeve? Would we write it down and wear it around our neck? Well, probably not. But if I have come to know Jesus as merciful, then when I walk into the world, when we step out of this sacred place and show mercy, Christ has conquered my heart. If we have come to know Christ as loving, when we face the challenges of family life, when we face the challenges of the neighborhood or today's crisis, with love, he is known as our Redeemer, as the Christ, because he has conquered our heart, and our heart then serves in his name. That is the rock upon which our faith is built. Let us pray in this Holy Eucharist that we will grow to know the Lord more and more, that we might see in the challenges of our day-to-day life the invitation from him to draw even nearer, that he might instruct us, that he might speak to us who he is, and that others might know him through our care.